All right, so Daniel and I, we're out here at the compound, one of our training facilities. Daniel, he's a firearms instructor at a big city department. I just retired from police department, so now Daniel and I, we're coming together. We're gonna start doing some training. We're gonna start going over some gear, start going over some guns, just give you guys a different aspect on things, just different outlook. And so today, I'm not familiar with the FAL rifles, so Daniel's gonna be going over the FAL rifle with me and just show me. This is a rifle that was given to me by DSA Arms, and he's gonna go over it. Like I said, I've shot this rifle several times, you know, but breaking it down, the inner workings and stuff like that. There's also some gas adjustments on the front. Again, I got it right the first time. So Daniel's gonna go over it with me and show me, you know, the inner workings on it.
Hey Paul, well, welcome to the compound. Thank you for making it out. Like I said, we've got a training day here today. So I've seen you shoot this. I know you know how to shoot the rifle. So many of you will know me. I've done a lot of videos for DS Arms. I'm originally from South Africa. This was my police issue service weapon back in country. This is the iconic FAL paratrooper model. This thing is sexy. It just is.
Yeah,
There's certain rifles that don't have it. This gun's got it. So when I first came to the United States 18 years ago, a lot of people didn't know what this was. So I still come across that. It's become more mainstream now. Yeah. Back in the day, the only guys that would know this were foreign soldiers or some of our special operations guys that had seen the service overseas. So for the benefit of some of you guys just getting into guns right now, give you a brief rundown on this. The FAL is basically the right arm of the free world. This was the weapon that stood against communism in the Cold War. So the United States had the M16. The FAL was pretty much adopted and fielded by 93 countries worldwide, officially. Unofficially, in guerrilla insurgencies in many places, it saw service. It was also prominent in the Bay of Pigs invasion in Cuba back in the day. So the FAL, basically it's a 308 Winchester chambered or 7.62 by 51 NATO. It is a recoil operated push rod piston system fed from a 20-round box magazine. This weapon has a very good reputation for reliability. I like to term it, it has AK reliability, but it has Swiss accuracy basically. Originally designed by FN Herstal in Belgium, around about the 50s started mass production, and it became the iconic rifle we have today, made by DS Arms out in Barrington. So basically, quick rundown on the FAL. To remove the magazine, we'll push this button forward. We'll go through our unloading procedure, remove the source of ammunition. I always like to make sure the weapon's on safe. Get the charging handle. It's got a left-hand charging handle. I'll rack it vigorously, and I will lock the bolt to the rear by pushing up on the bolt catch. That way I can do a physical inspection, visually see that there's nothing in the chamber. At that point we know that the weapon is empty. So I'll let the bolt go forward. What separates this weapon apart and what's confusing for a lot of people is that it has an adjustable gas system.
That's what got
me.
So
now what happens is when they say, you know, dial more gas in, people end up turning it the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I think on the DS Arms channel I did do a quick video on how to do this. But basically what you want to do, if the weapon's not cycling, extracting, we'll basically close the gas off by pushing the regulator forward.
And that's starting from zero, correct?
Yeah, so we don't really worry about the numbers too much because it's different on different barrel lengths. Different ammunition too is going to be different. So what's nice about this, the weapon gets dirty, starts cycling. We don't want to dial in so much gas that we're getting that excessive recoil. And now maybe we get surplus ammunition from a different country that's higher powered or lower powered, and we see that a lot in 308 or 7.62 surplus ammunition. So
it's probably best to use the same ammo all the time, because then once you set it, if you forget it,
well,
hey,
I buy the cheapest stuff I can. Just don't use steel cased ammunition in these rifles.
Say an AK.
It's not an AK.
Yeah.
I mean, so basically you can adjust the gas to tailor the loads for the recoil and the cycling. But basically, to take the weapon down, this is the paratrooper model, a little more extra parts than the regular one. Again, make sure it's cocked. I'm going to push the takedown lever. It breaks in half like that.
Yeah.
Very simple. If you wanted to, you could actually take that screw out and separate the weapon into two halves.
See, the problem I had was when I first got the rifle, he's like, "Oh, just push the lever back, put the lever back." But I had this here, and this was holding me back, and I'm like, "Look, your rifle's broke. You better come fix it," you know. And so he's like, "Well, how about the
sling swivel
sling?" So I moved it back, and sure enough, I was able to get it. So
well, actually, the ones in South Africa, we put it on the bottom, and also we had a different takedown lever on the other.
So you guys
rifle.
Made some adjustments to your rifle.
Well, it just worked out that way sometimes. So in this particular one, this whole dust cover is going to come off, and the entire bolt carrier group, everything comes off as a unit. That's a preloaded spring in there. We can take that out, but that's basically how it comes out. And now you can clean and do your bore, etc. Very simple on the gas. Push that in, we rotate around, and we take out the gas piston and gas plug. That is pretty much as far as you need to go on field stripping, and that is it. So this is the original black rifle, piston-driven system in 7.62x51. Very simple weapon. So,
nice.
You've got a good one here.
Yes. So
if I was going to get one, and I have a number of them,
I've seen a couple. You actually have one like this in a coyote color, right? Coyote brown or something.
Yeah,
I've seen that with a special trigger on it, all made up. I've seen you shooting it 100 yards. So this is something that that we in law enforcement, and Daniel could tell you too as well, we don't see this. I mean, I've never seen a FAL until I actually retired and I started shooting different weapons. I'm always been an AR-15 guy because that's just the platform that we use in law enforcement. I don't even know, I've worked on several SWAT teams before as well, and I've never came across a 308 round or 7.62 round, unless for the snipers, they would use a higher power round or a bigger round. But this is the first time, and like I said, in law enforcement wise, you see this coming.
Well, believe it or not, there are a few select agencies. Well, some smaller departments, 1 or 2 rifles here and there, mostly rural. Because the 308 Winchester it can over-penetrate, so it's probably not ideal for most U.S. law enforcement. But there are some agencies that use it as a designated marksman rifle. Yeah. And then also one thing I would like to just give DS Arms a shout out. A lot of you, if you've watched my channel, I'm very big into the anti-poaching. I spent some time in South Africa training the game rangers. I've spent time in Kenya. We supply a lot of these rifles. This is the rifle that is still fielded in Africa by the anti-poaching units. So South Africa, Kenya, Botswana, Tanzania, this is the weapon that's basically leading the war to protect the rhino.
This is still a very popular weapon out
Absolutely, there. And we actually have a lot of rifles that do that. It is the absolute favorite choice. You have to have a 308, because in the African bush you don't know if you're going to come across a wounded lion, a buffalo, or something like that. It's not like in a zoo where everything's protected. So this is the iconic wildlife preservation rifle. So for me, it's kind of a bittersweet situation where this is the right arm of the free world and everything is kind of, communism has fallen, but this rifle is still actually seeing active service, seeing combat on a daily basis in Africa with people I know, and they've got a lot of the DSA rifles there, and like I said, just raise awareness on the rhino poaching. It's a huge problem.
If you guys want to see more on the breakdown, cleaning, stuff like that, you go to Daniel's website. What is it, Divide Defense?
I don't do one on the website, but the DS Arms YouTube channel, I've actually got a breakdown video, how to adjust the gas.
Him shooting it, he does everything on there. Also go on my website, my YouTube channel, my Instagram channel as well. I got some videos up there myself shooting this, and I was also shooting DS Arms' new pistol? Was it that SA-58?
SA-58, yeah.
SA-58 pistol, FAL, which is pretty cool. I mean, I've shot it in different variations with it, collapse, stuff like that.
You can see I'm smiling. It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It is a great weapon. So if you go on both of our channels, we're both shooting. And also, too, subscribe to our channels, our YouTube channels. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff in the near future. Daniel and I, and especially here at the compound range. This range is located out here in Crete. It's one of the few ranges out in the Chicago area that you could actually shoot outside. I mean, in my 25 years in law enforcement, we've usually used the state police range.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. Local ranges had small ranges, but this is one of the elite ranges right here.
Yeah, it's only private, and it's basically contracted through trainers. We get 100 yards, do a lot of rifle stuff out here.
Yeah.
And I've seen you out here a lot. But hey, thanks for coming out, and
All right.
I'm glad to team up with you, man.
All right, Daniel.
Welcome.
All right, stay tuned.